So, we are on our last full day at Ponderosa Campground, Cimarron Lake, and we are filming our morning walk. We do this a lot, the around the head with the leash thing, because I did this about a week ago, and it was awesome. And a couple of days ago, I lost all of my 2024 camera footage on a 5 terabyte drive. So we're starting all over again. We're going to flip the camera around so you can see what I'm seeing instead of seeing me. How's that sound? Well, okay guys, so we are now heading slowly out of the Ponderosa campground, and it's going to be slowly because poor Kit has not been outside in almost 14 hours. So I imagine that he's going to have several pee breaks as we get out to the road here. Check out these flowers though. I just love these flowers. Kit's going to love one of them, I think. It's kind of like having a little bouquet growing along the side of the road with all the different kinds of flowers there. At least that's what I think. Kit's going to be doing a lot of sniffing. Here he comes. So over here we've got the flush toilets, men's and women's. There are 2 stalls in each one. And right over here, we've got the vault toilets. Trash cans are right there. Pay station's right there. And as you can see, this is basically a big parking lot, but it's a big parking lot with a lovely view. And a creek just through the woods right over there. Come here, Kit. I don't think there's going to be anybody in the restroom, so let's see if I can just show you what it looks like real quick. And there are no showers here. Yeah, nobody's in here. Kit, come. Goodbye. So we got 2 sinks, a blow dryer, and 2 toilet stalls. And that's what we got. Yeah, no showers is a little bit disappointing, but is what it is. So we're going to head over to the Maverick Campground. Oops, sorry, Kit. I do this a lot. He'll stop at the end of the leash behind me because he almost always walks behind me. And there he goes in front of me right now. We're going to walk over to the Maverick Campground. And we're going to go hike down through there. And I'm going to show you some of the pretty views. We're going to go for a really nice hike. We'll walk through part of the campground. Yeah, I think we'll walk through the campground and then around the pond, and then we'll pick up the trail between the pond and the creek. So that should give you a pretty good overview of what's going on over there. As I say, I had already recorded all of this. I can't believe I have lost all of my raw video. Speed limit's 35, by the way. They're doing about 50. And I'm afraid it's going to be mostly just lost. But it's got all of my driving footage. It had everything that I have recorded with the Osmo Pocket 3 so far. And I think it's going to just stay lost because it's a minimum of $500 to try and recover it. And I just don't, and it could be as much as $2,800. Some more pretty flowers. And I just don't think I want to spend that much. So I'm going to do the best I can with what I've got left from photographs and some shorter video clips that I've shot on my phone. And in some ways, this may work out just fine. See, there he is. Because my plan was to go to a more vlogging style as I leave here. That's just a beautiful view. And if you're wondering why you see my phone in the frame periodically, it's because I've got the camera around my neck, and so I can't be sure 100% what the camera's looking at. And so I keep checking my phone to make sure it's showing me what I want it to be. And so far, so good. All right, we're going to wait here just a sec. Kit's doing his thing. So you can see over here, it says Maverick Campground and Pay Station. Come, Kit. Kit, come. Come on, go around. Go around. Hey. Good boy, good go around. Okay. And I'm not going to talk about rates because although I am filming this in 2024, as you can see from several of my other videos, we have big proposed rate increases, and the chances are excellent that what the rates are now is not what they're going to be next year. I will say this: if you think you want to spend a season or part of a season in New Mexico state parks, excuse me, you can still get a non-resident annual camping pass for $225. And that allows you to make reservations 6 months in advance. And at current rates, get out of the road, wait for the big truck. Wait for the big truck. I'm sorry, I just can't imagine hauling around anything that size. That's huge. So at the current rates, your basic campsite without any hookups is free with that pass. And if you want water and electric, it's $4 a night. Across the road, Kit. Now, part of their proposed plan is to charge a $5 fee for electric. A $5 fee for electric. Nope. Try again. And see, this is all staying in here now, which I would have edited it out previously. But the proposed plan is to charge a $5 fee for water where there wasn't one previously, $10 for electric, and $5 for dump. And the non-resident camping rate, instead of currently is $10 for everybody, will be $20 for non-residents. So here we are at the entrance to the Maverick Campground. And they got their dumpsters right up front in their pay station. We've got one side that goes over there to the left. We're going to come out that end, I think. And another side that goes over here to the right. And I'm not going to walk through the entire campground today, but I want you to notice these sites are very small. The recommendation is nothing over 25 feet here. And I'm 28 feet. There are some sites I could fit in, but it would be tight. There's basically no signal, and there are so many trees that getting solar can be a bit of a challenge. So keep all of those things in mind. and the arrows are very confusing about which way the roadway actually goes. We're going to go ahead and walk down this way. The pond is right over there. We'll get back to that. But we'll walk around this little loop. I mean, look at this site, for example. Now, I could actually probably fit in here, except I would need to back in. And it's one way the other way. I'd have to back in and have my whole back end overhang in order to keep my front wheels off the roadway. Yeah, some tough sighting sites here. Very popular with tent people, though, tent campers. And I can see why. They are generally less concerned about solar, and or it's not mounted on the roof, and they've got more opportunity to be able to deal with it where it is. So, yeah, pretty cool. This guy's got a great site right here. Yeah, I mean, I would have to try and park sideways in here. And even at that, I don't think there's enough room for me to be able to do it. So, look at, and here's the other issue. Google Maps won't really show you what these sites look like. Keep that in mind, because there is so much tree cover here, you're not really going to be able to see, and I don't think they've done a Google Maps drive-through. So my thought is, if you've got any kind of doubt about your parking skills, probably don't want this campground. It's beautiful. All right, so this is day use parking area. And there's some picnic tables up here. We're going to take a look at the pond over here. And by the way, do you know what the difference between a pond and a lake is? I do. I had to look it up when we were having this discussion a week or so ago. A pond is less than 20 acres. Now, I don't think anybody's going to get out and measure exactly, but, you know, could happen. Ooh, look at that bug. Wonder what that is. Interesting looking. Not sure if you get to see it or not, but let's, oops, there it is. Some kind of wasp, I think, or hornet. Okay, so, come on, kit. We got some brush up here by the edge of the lake. And then we got this cool bridge, and there's one on the other side. I don't know if we're going to see that one or not, based on the route I'm planning to take. And here's the pond side. Cool spider web there. Maybe it'll show up. And I think this outlet of the pond might flow into the creek, which is over here, although I'm not sure about this, and I don't know how to tell because I haven't seen any pathway along there. So we can go across this path here and bypass the pond, but I wanted to get another look at these lovely yellow flowers. Got some people fishing over there. You can see the other bridge on the other side. And we're going to continue around the pond. We do have a guy out here fishing today. So I got to ask my favorite question. Are you fishing or catching?
I'm fishing.
All righty. Good luck to you. Hope it turns into catching. Thank you. All right, Kitster. You know, this is one of those things about this whole lifestyle, guys, is that you meet so many friendly people. And a great example, and I didn't actually share this, was I came out of my rig and there was a guy in a camp who had camped in a tent overnight on the parking island next to me. And I just said good morning to him and we got in a conversation. And we chatted for about 15 or 20 minutes. And then I realized Kit hadn't been out for 14 hours. And he was standing there really wanting to pee. All right, let's check the phone and see if you're getting the view I'm getting. And it disconnected from my phone. There we go. All right, that's not exactly the view I want to be showing you. There we go. Look at the creek. So this is the creek that flows next to my campground, and I'll show you my whole campground when we get back. Most of the time, by the way, when you see me turning around in a circle like that, it's trying to get my leash unwrapped from around my legs because Kit has gone around me. Isn't this just beautiful? Got the pond over here and the creek over here. Yeah. All right, so we're going to keep walking. Kit has to go smell the flowers. Okay, Kit, come on, come on. Let's go. Here he comes. You want to show me where to go? There he goes. Look at this little waterfall right here. And I guess in one way, the fact that I have to reshoot this video entirely is not the worst thing. I'm really hoarse because I think I've got some allergies. And all I've had to drink is a cup of coffee and 4 or 5 ounces of water this morning. I should have drunk some more. Oh well. Got a little footbridge crossing over the creek right here. Not something I am ever likely to do. This is the kind of thing that kicks in my fear of heights. And I looked at this the other day and I thought, oh, well, you know, that's not too bad. I could do that. And then I looked across and realized, oh, but then I have to balance on logs and rocks to get all the way across. So probably not happening. Probably not. Go ahead, Kit. And I have now done this walk, I would say probably 10 times, or some variation of it. Interestingly, it doesn't get boring because I keep finding different ways to go. And now I get to show you all of the things that I found. So there's a little waterfall. This one we don't get a great view of, I think, through the bushes there, but it's cool. Kit, come. Come on. And I'll show you this. Normally I've gone, this way, up that path, but I finally discovered the other day that if I head over this way back toward the pond, I'll reconnect with that path eventually. But if I keep going that way, I have to cross over this giant tree, log, or I can walk around the end of it right here, as I am doing right now, and continue on this pathway and get back to where I intended to be. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Awesome, and you?
Great.
That's the way it should be.
Yes,
All right, so we got more creek here, a little bit slower right here, and we're having rain every day, so the creek has often been flowing a lot faster than this. We got to work our way through some of the bushes here. Oops, all the way through the bushes. Get another lovely view of the pond. And we're going to keep on going around. Now, I could take this little kind of turn off here and go back around, cross over that bridge that you can barely see through here and get right out. But instead, I discovered this by accident a few days ago. We can come back down here by the creek, and we're going to keep following this trail. And we have a couple more opportunities to get over here and get out. Can you see that little waterfall coming under the bridge? I never noticed that before. That's new to me. So this is the thing. I have so many, this is the things. Another little waterfall here. Part of the reason I have been able to stay in the same place for up to 2 weeks at a time without being bored to tears is that every day I get to see something new and different. So like, let's look in the water here. See how clear this water is? I'm guessing the middle of this creek is probably 3.5 feet deep, maybe, something like that. I'll tell you one thing that I would like to do before the end of the summer is find a body of water where the temperature is such that wading or swimming seems appropriate to me. This is not it. All right, I love this view. Yeah, can you see all the little waterfall ripples coming down? And there's some yellow flowers on either side of the creek up ahead there. I know it's video, I don't have to stop, but I wanted you to soak it in with me for a moment. So, can we go down this way? I think we can. Oh yeah, we can go this way or we can go through that tree. We're going to go this way and come around. Now, this is kind of marshy creek land over here. So the creek is on this side. The pond is behind us back there. And then this is kind of part of the inflow to the pond. And you'll see the rest of that in just a minute when we get up here to a different piece in the trail. And oh, by the way, when I asked the guy if he was fishing or catching, this is stocked and people are pulling a lot of fish out. A lot of fish out of this side, a lot of fish out of the creek over on my side. And I'll tell you what, I sure hope you all decide you like this kind of vlog style stuff. Because I think it's going to help me get you everything on a more timely basis. So even though I'm very disappointed at having lost so much footage, I think it's really going to make a difference in what I'm able to do going forward. Because truthfully, I am unlikely to be that YouTuber that's going to set up the shots very often of me walking toward the camera or walking away or driving toward the camera or driving away. It takes a lot of time and effort to do that. And my goal is really less to be a cinematographer than it is to share with you the people that I get to meet, the places I get to go, and the experiences I get to have. Okay, so now look at this. So I found this the other day and I'm like, wait, what? So you kind of have to push your way through here. And then we come out right here. Hi. Didn't realize people were fishing. But you come out right here. And this beautiful little catch pond kind of thing. And so they divert from the creek down here. And that goes into the pond. Pretty cool, huh? All right, we're going to keep going along the trail. And I'm not sure how far we're going to go today, but we'll go a little ways. And at least so far, what I've discovered is, because I've only been down here, well, I came like about right to where that outlet was for the pond. That was when I first found it. And then yesterday, I walked down here a little bit, but not too far. And so far what I've seen is I have to turn around and go back, because this doesn't seem to be any kind of loop trail itself. So if that's the case, I'll turn off the camera when I turn around, and then I'll pick it up again when we get back into the campground. And if you're wondering about the huffing and puffing, so am I. I'll share two things. One is, I am at like 7,700 feet in elevation, which is pretty daggone high. So my hope is that's my real issue, and that as soon as I go down a little bit in elevation, I'll be fine again. However, I did smoke heavily for 43 years. Because my saying used to be, anything worth doing is worth doing to excess. So depending on when, I smoked anywhere from 1.5 to almost 4 packs a day. And for a couple of years near the end, I was down to half a pack to a pack a day, but still. So my concern is that the damage is done, and I'm going to end up with COPD, just like my brother, just like my mother. I am hoping I'm going to dodge that bullet, but I'm not going to count on it at this point. So I quit smoking in 2008, and I have no idea if that was long enough ago to deal with the damage that was done from 43 years of smoking. So especially at high elevations, you're going to get me speaking in phrases instead of whole sentences. And on the other hand, I'm extremely grateful because I actually am breathing better and able to tolerate more, both in elevation, like being at 7,700 feet, I'm basically walking on flat ground right now, but also in terms of elevation change. I think about some of the steep hills and mountains and stuff that I have hiked up in my now late 60s, that I said this to my brother last night, the one that has COPD, that when I was in my 30s, I would have stopped a couple of times along that one stretch to have a cigarette and catch my breath, so to speak. Not really catching my breath. All right, I have no idea. Actually, I do have an idea, I think, where this might come out. I think. So we're going to keep going a little bit. And even if I get far enough that it comes out where I think it does, I'm going to turn around and go back the way I came, because I don't really want to walk down the road with Kit. People are well exceeding the 35 mile an hour speed limit. That's one thing. Another thing is, walking on a soft surface like dirt, hiking, is actually easier than walking on pavement or asphalt or other hard surfaces. So there's that. Well, we're getting kind of close to the road here. Yeah, I kind of think that is where I thought it was going to come out. All right, tell you what, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to let Kit roam free for a little bit. Don't go to the road. Good boy. You're okay. And we're going to end up turning around. There he is. Okay, let's go this way. Go this way, Kit. Come on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Good boy. Good boy. Go ahead. All right. So here we are going back. And I will pick you up again when we get back to the campground. Here we are back at the junction, which seems to be a very popular fishing spot. Good, Neil. Way it should be, right? And we came from over there. We're going to go back this way. So we have probably, I don't know, a minute or two to get back into the campground from here. And we're going to come in from the opposite side that we entered when we came in from the road. So you'll be able to see that. Another pretty view of the water. Love all the flowers. And oh, by the way, guys, yesterday there was snow on the ground not very far to the north of this campground along the road. I just find that surprising. And here's where we come out, back into the campground. So as soon as we get back to the road, I'm going to turn this off again, and then I'll rejoin you when we get back into the Ponderosa campground and show you what the rest of that looks like. And I might have already put the snow footage in here. I'm not sure. We'll see. So here we are coming back around. Oh, these two sites up here, 31 or 32? 32 and 33 especially. 33 you can probably get a pretty good size rig in. I would fit there, and I would probably choose that one just because of the solar. I mean, these are super small. Now, this is just one site, so theoretically, I could fit in here sideways. But, you know, part of what you have to decide is, do you want it to be that difficult? Same thing here. I could probably fit in this site on a 45-degree angle, but it's right next to the road. So I don't find that all that appealing. Okay, we are back to the entrance. I'll show you the road real quick in each direction, and then I'll pick you up again when we get back all the way into the Ponderosa campground, so that you're not getting a whole lot of stuff on repeat. So if we look down the road to the right, That goes to Eagle Nest. Look at that peak up there. How beautiful. And that's where the snow was, down there about a mile or so. And if we look down here to the left, this is the direction to go to the Ponderosa Campground, and it's also the way to get to Cimarron. So we're going to go ahead and shut the camera off, and I'll pick you back up in a couple minutes. Okay, and we're back in Ponderosa Campground. I am basically going to just walk down the middle of here so I can show you the tent sites at the back. Also because I'm really thirsty. So there's the handicap site, the ADA site, which does have water right by it and a concrete pad for the table and the barbecue. And then over on this side, we've got sites lined up along the edge of the parking lot. They get, for the most part, except for this is the one with the big tree, they get better sun than the sites on this side, especially late afternoon. And it looks like everybody's out and about right now. That's our friend Gerald with the motorcycle. He's still packing up. So, hey, let's go. Kit, come. We had a fifth wheel over here last night against the wall, against the side. Kit got to meet them. So if you're watching, Mary and Mike, and I think the husband was Doug. I didn't actually meet him. He was making brats. Give me a shout out. Kit was disappointed when you guys pulled out this morning. He was hoping he was going to get to play with Mike again. This Jamboree is parked where my friend Donna, Shalom on the Room, had been for about a week. She left about a week ago now, almost. Yeah, not quite a week ago. And we're going to continue down here to the tent site. So this first one is elevated, and you can access it pretty easily from the parking lot. And I mean, truthfully, this site on the corner here really does have the best view. Got a great view of the creek, but you're also subject to everybody walking basically through your site to get to the tent sites. And here's the thing to know about the tent sites if you're a tent camper. Okay, we got this first one here that's right by the parking lot. You can actually park next to your site. But otherwise, you have to go park out in the middle there and hump all your stuff back here. So we'll just keep going. I'll show you where the first one is. We'll go around and show you the rest of them. I think everybody's gone. I am often surprised at how popular these tent sites have been. And I've watched people making many multiple trips back in here. So this one goes around to that one over there. This is site 92. You'll notice there is a bear box here. Just keep that in mind. They put bear boxes in for a reason. Come on, Kit. And this one has not a huge tent pad, and it's kind of close to the fire ring. But then we can come on around here. And I think the last group that was in here had rented that site and this one. And they had tents all down in here, which I think is really more the area for this site. Although I don't know, this is site 93. And apparently, they have now made the site numbers match the site locations better on the campground map. There's another bear box. And we're going to continue. There's another site over here. We'll see that on the way out. We're going to continue down here. One more site. I mean, these are all nice. I think this site is absolutely gorgeous and very private. Except, you're going to have people walking through your camp to come fishing. But look at this setup, guys. When I first got here, and I might have this on my phone, there were people that had a huge tent and a big shelter. This is site 94. and a whole bunch of other stuff set up. And here's your private beach. Trail goes through there, trail goes around the other way as well. All right, let's go take a look at the last tent site. Come on, Kit. Trail goes up through here another, I'm gonna say 100 yards or so. And then in my opinion, it really peters out. You have to push through a lot of brush to be able to continue along, and it's very narrow and it gets steep, so I haven't done it. So there's that. And this is Site 91 right here, which is also very nice. If you want more privacy, there is a trail that goes down to the creek here. I don't know. Probably get people coming through there too. It's just the nature of the beast. Fishing is very, very popular here. And I have had people walking through my site as well. I'm going to show you my site before we close this video out. And we are now walking back toward the parking lot, so you can see just how far you got to hump your stuff. And there's one more thing I want to show you down here in the parking lot on our way back. Kit keeps stopping me to sniff stuff, because that's what kits do. Come on, Kit. Let's go. Let's go. So all in all, we're going to be pretty close to 2 miles on this morning's hike, which is honestly more than I often do. Try to do at least a mile. Sometimes I don't even get that done, depending on the weather and how I'm feeling and what's going on. So, I want to show these parking places to you. See if we can see this. I'm shading it. Okay, so like that says 05L, and this says '09R. I think R stands for regular and L stands for long. All of these big parking spaces, which you can see that truck and trailer over there, are way plenty big enough. That's overflow parking. So you can actually, if you didn't get a reservation, like I have along the creek here, or on the other side, you can actually park out in the middle. And, you know, if you get one of the island spots, they're very, very nice. All right, so we're back at my camp. Let's take a look at my beach. So we're going to go this way, because I have my own private beach too. Try not to slip going down the hill. I haven't tramped around as much on this side, because the first morning I went for a hike way down there towards Cimarron, and I came back and I came along the creek and I brushed up against poison ivy. Didn't get any. I went back and washed it off right away, but I really don't want to get any, so there's that. Alrighty. And I guess maybe if the creek was a little bit lower, you could cross on this log. I don't know. I don't need to cross. I'm good. So that's going to end this video right here as we go back home. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you taking your time to do that. And hope I get to see you on the next one.